What's up, guys? Dave Mate back again, discussing my favorite herb in the world, yerba mate tea. Can't get enough of it. Powerful stuff. Salud. I hope you have a gourd, hope you have a bombisha, and I hope you have some good sherba. As always, drinking it the most traditional way from a gourd. This vessel right here, also called a mate. Some sherba inside, also called yerba mate or sherba mate, the actual herb. And then we have a straw called a bombisha or a bomba or bombilla, depending on your pronunciation and the country, the dialect. It's basically a filtered straw, a straw with a filter at the end of it, metal straw. Put it all together and you have the most traditional way of drinking yerba mate. Salud. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Titrayju. Discussing another brand today. I had the pleasure of discussing this brand with the actual general manager of the cooperativa, the co-op where this yerba comes from. His name is Juan Carlos Dominguez.
¿Qué significa?
Titrayju, tierra, trabajo y justicia,
Ajá.
que son los paradigmas que tratamos de utilizar ahí para sobrevivir ahí en
para
Misiones.
trabajo.
Tierra, trabajo y justicia.
Ajá.
Tierra para lo que necesitamos para poder cosechar, trabajo que es para dignificarnos
Sí.
y justicia para poder lograr todas esas cosas, ¿no?
Sí.
If you're watching this one, great talking to you last week. Had a really informative, educational conversation with you about what's going on with your co-op. So Titrayju stands for tierra, which means soil, the land, trabajo, work, and justice, hijo, justice, Titrayju, tierra, land, trabajo, work, and hijo, justicia, justice. So this is a co-op that's all about working together, coming together. Directly, there's about 100 to 110 families that are a part of this co-op. The co-op is called Cooperativa Rio Paraná, the co-op of Rio Paraná, and that's coming out of northern Argentina, Obra Misiones. Indirectly, there's about 1,000 families involved with this co-op, which started in 2001 during the economic crisis here in Argentina, where I am right now, Capital, Buenos Aires. The people of this area were hit very hard during this time, 2001 economic crisis. So they said, okay, let's come together, let's form a co-op, and let's grow our own crops, yerba mate being one of them, as well as corn and sugarcane and different tubers, different types of potatoes, yams, starches, stevia, all sorts of things, all sorts of crops. This co-op produces about 1 million kilos a year of yerba mate, which is really not a lot if you think about it. A country like Syria imported 20 million kilos of yerba mate in the past year. So 1 million is really not a lot. This is a small co-op, family-run cooperation, northern Argentina. I have a lot of respect for what they're doing. Juan Carlos really helped me understand how important a co-op like this is that supports the family, that allows people to make money for themselves without having to basically starve, without having to travel far distances and, earn very small wages. This is a way for them to actually support themselves in their local communities. This is a very hyper-local brand. You're not going to find it throughout the world. It's concentrated here in Argentina. You're not even going to find it in the major stores in Argentina like Disco or Coto, the supermarkets. You're going to find it in health food stores, what they call dieteticas here. And you're going to find it in very small locations. Maybe a company will buy 100 kilos here and there. Or another co-op here in Capital in the city will buy a couple 100 kilos, 50 kilos, what have you. But it's a hyper-local brand. It supports the local people of Obra Misiones, of this co-op, the local families. Every Sunday they go to the market in their town and they sell what they can to make what they can. So much respect to Titrayju and the co-op of Cooperativa Rio Paraná, coming out of Obra Misiones, started in 2001. This is a brand, let's actually talk about now the flavor. Let me give a little review of what's going on with this mate. When I first started drinking this mate, I thought of Meta Mate. Meta Mate coming out of Berlin. Why? Because just like that mate, this mate is smoked, steely. They use the traditional barbacoa method of curing this mate, where after it's flash dried with direct flame, like most mates are, this mate is actually exposed to smoke, and it absorbs the smoke for several hours, and it takes on this taste. And then what they do is they actually allow the mate to be aged for a year and a half in an air-controlled room, which mellows out the flavors. So what we have here is a smoky mate, but it's not too astringent, it's not too over the top. It still has some smooth characters to it, some nutty, creamy undertones to it. But there is also a little bit of a sharpness, but nothing too jolting. That sharpness comes from that direct contact to the smoke, that direct contact to the flame, and then it kind of mellows out and creates this sort of harmonious melody of green factor, green flavors, nutty flavors, and then you have that metallic taste and that monochromatic taste as well, that steely taste. Kind of comes together pretty well here, I would say. It's interesting mate because it's a light-bodied mate, light to medium, I would say, light to medium-bodied mate, has a very low, short cycle. But when you are experiencing the mate, when it does have the flavor, you really taste the flavor. You really taste the green notes. You really taste the steely notes. You really taste the smoke. You could really smell the smoke. It's an interesting mate for those of you guys that want something different, want something new. Maybe you want to add a little smoke to your mate, a little spice to your mate. Not spice as in heat, but a little in terms of something different. I recommend this brand, Titrayju. Like I said, it's not easy to get. It's a hyper-local brand, so you guys are getting a little inside information here. But if you do happen to come to Argentina, I'm sure you could find it here. If you guys want help getting it directly from the farm, of course, always contact Circle of Drink. We'll help you actually get it to where you need it to be, whether you're in the United States or Europe, Germany, what have you, Italy. We could help get it to you. This is a company we really want to help. When we hear about people who are, surviving off of mate, surviving off of the crops that they can, surviving off of the little small spaces of land that's available to them to feed their families, to feed their relatives, then this is a powerful social cooperativa, co-op. This is a powerful situation in general. So these are the brands that I like to hear about. These are the brands that I like to help the most. These are the brands that, they are really working to make a difference. They're really working to survive. They're not just out there producing yerba mate just to produce it and, to create a huge company. Nothing wrong with that, Of course, nothing wrong with that. But when you see an herb like yerba mate, supporting an entire family system, when you see an herb like mate really helping people to survive, to live during tough economic times, especially in countries like Argentina, where, believe me, I've traveled a lot in this country and people are suffering in this country. Don't be mistaken by Buenos Aires here, nice, fabulous city, the Paris of South America. Yeah, that's where the wealth is concentrated, here in this city, in the capital. But once you venture outside of the capital, wow, it's a whole nother world. Argentina is basically two countries. It's Buenos Aires and the rest of the country. Okay? So once you leave the capital, once you leave the city, you get to really see what's going on in Argentina, and you get to really see the hard economic times, especially people like farmers, especially people who are working the land, especially people who have been here for many generations but haven't been able to really gain any momentum because of the situation they're in, the environment they're in, not because they're lazy, not because they're not intelligent or smart, but because they're boxed into an environment that makes it extremely difficult for them to break out of. Okay, so a company like Titrayju, a brand like Titrayju that comes out of this co-op of Rio Paraná, much respect to them. If you come to Argentina, please support this company. So please support this brand right here. It's good mate. Like I said, it has some smoky nose to it. Has a smoky character to it. Some people may not like smoky mates, but if you do, this is the brand you want to try. This is the brand you want to check out. Really tasty. Short cycle. That's one thing I would discredit this mate with. The cycle is extremely short. But as I said, while you're drinking it, it's nice and tasty. So guys, what else can I say about this brand Titrayju? Nice smoky mate. If you like meta mate, you might like this. If you like La Tranquera, you might like this. If you like Cruz de Malta, or even Mission. These are brands that are sort of robust, that have somewhat of a smoky flavor essence to them. This one more so in terms of the smokiness factor, in terms of the steely factor. And if you're just drinking mate and you want to introduce something new to your circle, the mate circle, the circle where you share mate with your friends and family, strangers alike, this is a nice brand to kind of break the mold, break their palate, break them into something new, expose them into something new. Titrayju. If you're watching this on YouTube or on one of our websites, yerbamateland.com or circleofdrink.com, I'll provide some information about this company and a link where you can learn more. All right, guys, thank you so much. This is Dave Mate from Circle of Drink, Yerba Mate Land. Drink your mate, drink your herbs, feel good. Salud. Peace.